Today we're going to be talking about Momori, or finishing techniques. So we've shown a bunch of different techniques where we end up putting the person on the ground. Sometimes we've shown a finish for it, but what we're going to show tonight is actually a bunch of different finishes that you could use for any time that you've put a person on the ground. These are typically finishes when you've got a hold of the person's hand. There's a whole other set of leg locks that we do if I've got their leg. But for right now, this is just finishes that we do when we've thrown the person on the ground and we still retained one of their hands in our hand. So let's just get him on the ground first. Let's just assume we've got a wrist lock, right? So the very first one we're going to do, I got the wrist lock, they're down on the ground. I'm going to put my foot right underneath their shoulder blade there. I'm going to pull up and then twist out. And when I do that, I'm going to take my knee and I'm going to put it on the side of his elbow. And I'm just going to push down. He's very quickly going to tap. If I push all the way down, we're breaking an elbow. Okay? So that's one kind of very common knee lock that we did. Another thing that we could do, same situation, if I just want to pin him to the ground, I'm just going to take that hand, I'm going to put it down on the ground. And I'm going to drop my knee on his elbow. And you can see that he does not like that. All right? His shoulder height is higher than his elbow. So there's about 3 inches of space that I can really just pin him to the ground right there. If I want to be a little bit more painful to him, I'm going to pull this out directly over his head. And I'm going to drop my hand on his elbow just to pin him to the ground. And then I'm going to drop my knee on his bicep. When I do that, I'm going to put my foot right on the side of his elbow and I'm going to push my knee in to give a really good compression there. Let's go ahead and get a different angle on that. I think we need to go the other way. There we go. So when I'm here, I'm pushing this down to the ground. I've pinned him temporarily. I drop my knee on his bicep, put all my weight on that. That's very uncomfortable. I'm going to put this foot right there, and then I just put it there, and I push my knee in, and he taps out very quickly on that. All right, another one we can do is I'm going to pull him over the head. This time I'm going to stretch. I'm compressing his wrist. He's in pain right now. I drop to my knee, I push my foot into his neck, and I'm going to choke him out with a blood choke as I put pressure on his wrist, giving him a good wrist compression. Okay? Lastly, once I got him on the ground, if I got him in that common knee lock, we're going to roll him over. So when I roll him over, I got the knee lock. I cannot let my knee off his elbow. He won't go anywhere. If I just step and pull, he's not going to go. He doesn't want to go. But when I step and push on that elbow, I got his attention. I just push it down to the ground, slide down to his shoulder. I can strike him, more likely. I'm going to cup his elbow, turn in, drop my knee right behind it. And you can't see me, so we'll get around to the other side. Let's see. All right, so here we're going to roll over, drop, here, got the knee, get my phone, call the police, he's locked up, there's nothing you can do. Okay? Oh, lock him out for a second. All right, similar type thing. So in that particular technique, I got him locked up. If I try to pull him over when he's already on the ground, he can fight unless I lock his elbow up. But if I get him on the ground and as soon as he hits, I quickly step over, we call it Duido Duado, where we're going to step and turn. I can pull him over pretty quickly because he's yet to get his wits about him and doesn't even knows what's going on. He just bounced off the ground and I'm going to go. So we'll show what that looks like. Go ahead and grab on. So he's got here, and I just am fighting and I pull him out, turn. And I got him locked up. And I can strike it. So we'll do that slow motion just so you can see what actually happened there. So just go down. Go ahead and go down. So he's already down, but as soon as he's going down. As soon as he hits, he's going to kind of bounce back up. I'm already stepping, and dropping over. Ready to strike. Okay. Okay, let's get your feet over here. Go ahead and get on the ground. So this one, Got him here, put him on the ground. This time I'm gonna do a reverse Kimura. Gonna reach in, hook, got him locked up. I'm gonna grab his pant leg because if I put my knee down and start turning, if I don't have a pant leg, he just starts spinning. And when I got this, now he's locked up, right?
Sir.
Okay. Yeah, so now, let's get you on the ground. Let's go ahead and get on the ground. All right, we talked about that rollover one. Forgot to mention, I got him locked up. Got him here. This time I'm gonna fake the step over. I'm gonna come this way. As soon as I get him to start to roll, I'm gonna turn around and twist. When I do that, I twist my foot underneath his neck. His hand here is pretty locked up just because I held on to it tight. I can snap that thing right off. Pretty easy. Break that wrist pretty easy. If my goal is just to pin him to the ground or maybe give him a blood choke and not really break his neck, I don't have to twist it so tight. But guess what? All I got to do is drop down, and I'm going to give him a blood choke here. So one, I can lock him up at the same time, just don't break it. Double whammy. Okay? Sorry, sir. All right. The next series, also very, very common. It's a wrist compression. There's multiple ways to do it. Let's get you on the ground. All right. I think we're going to spin this way a little bit more. Okay. So now I got him on the ground. I'm just going to catch him, roll him. I got my knee on his chest. I catch this elbow to my leg, and then all I do is push my hips in. By pushing my hips in, locking his elbow to my leg, I get a pretty severe compression. I can do the same thing with my knee on his neck. Tie it into my hips. Taps him out. I can also have him do the damage himself. So I've got my knee on his rib cage. I'm just going to drop it to the ground, and I just push. Pins him to the ground. He doesn't want to do anything. Starts fighting, I just push down. Okay? And the worst one, I would just reach in, grab his wrist, and then this is a Kimura where I'm snapping wrist and elbow as I push my hips in. Okay. All right, so let's do another. So he grabs on. I'm just going to push him straight down. So now I've got him. Let's move over in front of the camera. I got him here. This time, I'm just going to lift him to compress it. It's not that I have to be so strong to lift him off the ground. I'm compressing his wrist. When I want to roll him over, when I push this forward, the compression gets worse and worse and worse. If he's a big tough guy, I can also just hit him with my knee to roll him over. Push forward, roll it, drop that right on his neck, be ready to strike. While you're down there, similar technique. Let's spin here. All right, so now we're here. This time I'm just going to grab his fingers. I'm going to twist and lift him. Once again, I'm not so strong I can lift this 200-pound guy off the ground. His fingers are breaking, so he's trying to prevent them from breaking. All I gotta do is twist them out. Put him around, drop my knee, boom. Let's get that turned around so you can see it. Let's go down here. Got him, lift, turn, drop around, drop. Notice his hands on my thigh. I can break his elbow, strike, whatever I want to do to make sure I got control. Okay, what else we got? Leg arm bars. Okay, get him on the ground. Y'all have seen this. This is nothing new. Everybody does this. We're just dropping down. We want to make sure that my butt is as close to him as possible. Leg underneath his body. This one's over his face. Thumb up. Pinch my knees together. Pull this down and lift my hips up. And he starts tapping out before I break his elbow. The thing is with this is I'm on the ground. He taps because he doesn't want to break his elbow, and I either have to trust that when I let go, he's going to say, okay, you win, and not fight anymore, or I've got to get up from here without letting him get back control of any situation. So from here, I'm going to grab his fingers, palm to palm. I'm going to twist them down to the ground over my leg, locking him up. When I do this, he wants to sit up, but I'm not going to let him sit up until I'm ready. So I sit up. All right, I got him. I twist that in. Now I bring it over. Get up the forehead. Pull it into his armpit. Stand up. Up he goes. Now I got him. I can escort him out. Or if I want to, I can just take him and throw. Whatever it is that you want to do. All right, next one is in a situation where you might end up with the other hand when you put them down. So in this case, whatever I'm coming across me, I hit them down. Now I'm here. I've got this hand, I'm on this side of the body. No problem. Just step, 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 roll, and there he is. Once again, elbow, hand on my thigh. Easily break that elbow if I want to. All right. Whew. I think that's all of them. Anyways, the point is, any number of techniques, any number of ways to finish the technique once you've put the opponent on the ground. Some of our techniques that we do have prescribed finishes, but the vast majority, once you know these techniques, you apply whatever is right for the situation based on where your footing is and where you are in relation to the opponent on the ground. But they're all finishing techniques that locks them up once they're on the ground and allows you to call for help, call a friend, whatever it is that you need to do.